This morning, many people woke up to find their cell phones were not working. There are major outages across this country. It seems that it's mostly affecting AT&T customers, and it may be a whole lot of nothing. Don't know for sure. There is some speculation that it could possibly be a cyber attack. That may be, but maybe doesn't mean a whole lot. I think there's a strong possibility this is some kind of cyber attack, but whether it's a nation state or something else, I don't entirely know.
Happening now across the United States could be a nationwide shutdown, and this is going to be unfolding due to cyber attacks against infrastructure systems in the U.S. coming from China. Now, we've been receiving these warnings from the FBI for several months.
Several months. Now, he's speaking facts. He's watched all of that. All of this has been happening. Been talking about and putting out big headlines and having hearings about cyber attacks coming directly from China that is going to take out our infrastructure for months. For months. God, if only we had a cyber division team that would actually figure out that this was going to happen and do something about it. If only they could do something about it. If this happens, it's our own government. And fight me. You're going to sit there and you're going to tell me that the likes of Mark Zuckerberg
is FBI shut down China vote typhoon hackers targeting US infrastructure. Yes, this is very serious. Before we go into the full details, according to this article recently put out by the AP, US say it disrupted a China cyber threat, but one hacker could still wreak havoc for Americans. When you go down on the article, US officials said Wednesday they disrupted a state-backed Chinese effort to plant malware that could be used to damage civilian infrastructure, as the head of the FBI warned that Beijing is positioning itself to disrupt the daily lives of Americans if the United States and China ever go to war.
FBI Director Christopher Wray sounding the alarm over China. Let's listen.
That threaten American safety and prosperity. Before I go on, I do want to make very clear that my comments today are not about the Chinese people, and certainly not about Chinese Americans who contribute much to our country and are frankly often the victims of Chinese Communist Party aggression themselves. Rather, when I talk about the threat posed by China, I mean the government of China, in particular led by the CCP. The CCP's dangerous actions, China's multi-pronged assault on our national and economic security, make it the defining threat of our generation. Now, when I described the CCP as a threat to American safety a moment ago, I meant that quite literally. There has been far too little public focus on the fact that PRC hackers are targeting our critical infrastructure, our water treatment plants, our electrical grid, our oil and natural gas pipelines, our transportation systems, and the risk that poses.
Yes, what bothers a lot of people is the fact that the United States have the capability, to stop all this. When you look at what this lady said at the beginning, they can do censorship, they can track some kind of things, stop videos to go viral, so many things. Why then can they not stop this? When you take a look at the hackers, to carry this out, they are just children, not really some kind of big people that you can expect. Then what is actually the solution to this? She called out Mark Zuckerberg, all the CEOs of these companies, they should be able to stop all this because they have the capacity, to develop software that can counteract this.
China's hackers are positioning on American infrastructure in preparation to wreak havoc and cause real-world harm to American citizens and communities if and when China decides the time has come to strike. They're not focused just on political and military targets. We can see from where they position themselves across civilian infrastructure that low blows aren't just a possibility in the event of a conflict. Low blows against civilians are part of China's plan. But the PRC's cyber onslaught goes way beyond pre-positioning for future conflict. Today, and literally every day, they're actively attacking our economic security, engaging in wholesale theft of our innovation and our personal and corporate data. Nor is cyber the only PRC threat we face. The PRC cyber threat is made vastly more dangerous by the way they knit cyber into a whole-of-government campaign against us. They recruit human sources to target our businesses, using insiders to steal the same kinds of innovation and data that their hackers are targeting, while also engaging in corporate deception, hiding Beijing's hand in transactions, joint ventures, and investments to do the same. And they don't just hit our security and economy, they target our freedoms, reaching inside our borders across America to silence, coerce, and threaten some of our citizens and residents. But I can assure you, the FBI is laser-focused on the threat posed by Beijing.
As the head of the FBI warned that Beijing is positioning itself to disrupt the daily lives of Americans if the United States and China ever go to war. The operation, announced just before FBI Director Chris Wray addressed House lawmakers, disrupted a botnet of hundreds of US-based small office and home routers owned by private citizens and companies that had been hijacked by the Chinese hackers to cover the track as they saw them out. Their ultimate target included water treatment plant, the electrical grid, and transportation system across the United States. You can clearly see what is going on. Very serious. If you are not subscribed to this channel, please endeavor to do that, and if possible, it will do you no harm if you share this video.
Prosperous. And let's be clear, cyber threats to our critical infrastructure represent real-world threats to our physical safety.
Wray said there have been far too little public focus on a cyber threat that affects every American. China hackers are positioning on American infrastructures in preparation to wreak havoc and cause real-world harm to American citizens and community if or when China decides the time has come to strike, Wray said. Jen Esterle, the director of the Department of Homeland Security, Cyber Security and Infrastructure Security Agency, voiced a similar sentiment at the hearing. This is a war where a major crisis halfway across the planet could well endanger the lives of Americans here at home through the disruption of our pipeline, the severity of our telecommunications, the pollution of our water system, the crippling of our transportation model, all to ensure that they can incite societal panic and chaos to deter our ability to marshal a sufficient response, she said. The comment aligned with a segment from outside cyber security firms, including Microsoft, which said in May that state-backed Chinese hackers had been targeting U.S. critical infrastructure.
Post-industrial revolution.
Or anyone would describe Davos as protecting liberal democracy. And elites tell us that open borders and even illegal immigration are okay.
And divided by class. My spirit.
Are you sure?
I think this is Donald Trump's fault.
Wait. Watch it.
Water there?
I hate my job.
Yeah.